Hey everyone, let's cut to the chase. We're working on a new mattress. Now you might think that this is just another ad, but hold up. We've been at this for a year now, and we spent countless hours talking with experts, suppliers, manufacturers, and learning the ins and outs of the industry. And today, I'm going to share with you what we've learned. Trust me, it's going to go way deeper than all those other surface level videos you've seen. So let's break down the main types of mattresses we see today. First, you've got your memory foam mattresses, basically a big marshmallow for your body. Then there's the hybrid mattress. Think of it as the best of both worlds kind of deal. It's made with springs and foam working together, like a team up you didn't know you needed. You know, whether it's a memory foam mattress or a hybrid one, they all have several layers of foam. Each manufacturer claims that each layer serves a different purpose. But is that really true? Let's take a look, shall we? To find out the answer, let's start by discussing soft versus firm mattresses. How about we take a look at a more extreme scenario? What happens to your body when you're lying on a hard surface? As we can see here, our shoulders and hips are the primary points of contact with the bed. That means all of our body weight is concentrated on just these two spots, which can be quite a nightmare. These muscle areas take on a lot of pressure, and when that pressure hits a certain level, it can compress blood circulation. You'll find yourself tossing and turning all night long, struggling to get any sleep. Let's take a look at our lower back. First off, you should know that our spine isn't just a straight line. In fact, it has a natural curve to it. Now this gap you see here at the lower back is actually because of the spine's normal physiological curve. But, and I mean a big but here, while our spine is doing just fine, the muscles in our lower back are often tight. We tend to unconsciously let our lower back sag into the bed to help those muscles relax. If we keep doing that over time, our spine won't be able to maintain its natural curve. In other words, you might end up looking like a hunchback. Alright, now let's take a look at a softer mattress. But first, let's get one thing straight. When you lie down, your hips are the heaviest part of your body. So on a soft mattress, your hips will sink in more than your back. And that's where the trouble starts. The muscles connecting your hips and lower back start to tighten up, and over time, that can lead to lower back strain. Not exactly the restful experience you were hoping for, huh? By now, you've probably figured out why most mattress brands claim their mattresses are medium firm. It's because anything too hard or too soft can mess with your body in all the wrong ways. But of course, there are also exceptions. Personal preference or existing back or spine issues, for example. In those cases, it's all about what works best for you. So what about side sleepers? A lot of people love sleeping on their sides. But honestly, the mechanics aren't all that different from sleeping on your back. You're still going to notice key pressure points on certain muscles and how your spine aligns. And guess what? You'll reach the same conclusion. Alright, so how do you make a medium firm mattress? To reduce the pressure on our muscles, especially areas like the shoulders and hips, we need to increase the contact between our body and the mattress. This helps distribute pressure more evenly across different points. But at the same time, we need proper support to keep our spine in its natural alignment so the muscles around our lower back can stay relaxed. It's all about finding that balance between soft and firm. Sounds a bit tricky, right? That's why a lot of mattresses take this approach, a softer top layer to spread out the pressure and a firmer base for support. Let's take a look at these mattresses and see how they provide support and comfort. So basically, whether you're looking at an all-foam mattress or a hybrid, the concept's the same. On top, you got a layer of memory foam for that soft sink-in feel. It's designed to mold to your body and spread out pressure. This layer of memory foam is key. It's got to be soft enough to relieve your pressure points, but the thickness is what really matters here. If it's too thin, you're going to feel that support layer underneath way too soon. Think about it, if it's too thin, you might as well be lying directly on the support layer, right? Let's look at a key factor here, memory foam firmness. Firmness determines how soft it feels, and you want it to be soft enough. Memory foam typically has a firmness rating between 10 and 30 ILD. The lower the number, the softer it is. A 10 ILD memory foam is definitely super plush. A lot of brands use a second layer of foam to minimize the difference in mattress firmness caused by varying body weights. When you've got a bit more weight on you, the memory foam layer is going to squish right down to the base. If that happens, you'll end up hitting the hard support layer beneath, and trust me, that's not a pleasant experience for your body. This is where the second layer of regular foam comes into play. It's typically a little firmer than the top layer of memory foam, but it's not as hard as the support layer or the springs. It helps distribute your weight, taking the pressure off of your body. Plus, thanks to its firmness, it gives your hips some much needed support, preventing them from sinking too much and risking injury to your lower back muscles. Next, let's take a look at the third layer. Whether it's foam or springs, this layer serves as foundational support. If it's foam, we're talking about a firm piece that absorbs pressure from above through a little give, thus providing support. Springs serve a similar purpose, but they're a bit more complex. So let's dive into the details of how these springs work.
What we're looking at now are individually pocketed coils.
A hybrid mattress has a bunch of these little bags, each containing a coil. In the past, the coils all used to be attached to each other, but now it's pretty clear that we put different amounts of pressure on various parts of the mattress. So, by separating the coils, we can let them respond to the areas with more pressure while leaving the ones with less pressure free. This design is definitely a better approach. So when it comes to the performance of these individually pocketed coils, two key factors come into play: their thickness and quantity. Thinner coils are more flexible, allowing them to contour to your body's curves. But let's not go too thin. If they get too wimpy, you won't just lack support, you'll end up on a mattress that feels like a soft sponge. These coils need to strike a balance. They should hug your body while still providing enough support. If they're too thick, well, good luck getting any give. Your weight won't make a dent, and that's basically like sleeping on the floor. Typically, we see coils ranging from 12 to 15 gauge. That's where the magic happens. In this range, they perform beautifully. Generally speaking, 15 gauge coils are the thinnest we recommend, and it's usually the best option. Now let's talk about quantity. The more coils you have, the less pressure each one has to handle, which means they'll last longer. It's like having a bigger team. Everyone can do their part without getting overwhelmed. Now that we covered the basics of mattresses, there's still one question that might be on your mind. What's the difference between a hybrid mattress and a foam mattress? I've heard it said that foam mattresses are better suited for side sleepers, while hybrid mattresses are more suitable for back sleepers. Is that true? From a theoretical standpoint, when you sleep on your side, the contact area between your shoulders, hips, and the mattress is smaller, which means there's more pressure, so you definitely need a softer mattress. For back sleepers, it's crucial to have enough support to prevent their hips from sinking too much. When you look at it this way, it seems like back sleeping is indeed better suited for hybrid mattresses, while side sleeping works better with foam mattresses. But have you ever noticed how you always switch up your sleeping positions throughout the night? There's plenty of research that backs this up. In fact, when we increase the thickness of the foam in a hybrid mattress and switch to thinner springs, it can still provide the softness and support that side sleepers need. So what's the real difference between them then? The biggest difference between these two is heat dissipation. If you're a hot sleeper like me, you definitely shouldn't be sleeping on a foam mattress. Foam is essentially a dense system with no continuous pores running from top to bottom. This means it traps your body heat, causing the temperature in your sleeping area to rise. As a result, you find yourself tossing and turning all night just to cool off. The spring layer in a hybrid mattress acts as a giant ventilation system. It helps dissipate some of the heat coming from the top layer of the foam, so you won't feel as hot. Now let's clear up another misconception. Some brands claim that adding cooling materials to the surface fabric of their mattresses makes them less hot. It's simply not true. But what we found is that incorporating gel or copper ions into the foam actually slows down the heat retention of the foam itself. This is more effective than just relying on those surface area cooling materials. However, it still doesn't change the fact that if the mattress isn't breathable, your body heat can get trapped. It might take an hour for that heat to build up, but remember, you're usually sleeping for 7 to 8 hours. So when it comes to those surface cooling materials, it's really just a scam. On top of that, you should know that pocketed coils are way more expensive than a big chunk of firm foam. So that's another key difference between the two. So this is the knowledge that we've gathered. We put in so much effort just to find the right mattress for ourselves. And after all that work, we thought, why not make one ourselves? And that's how it all began. Some mattresses on the market just don't cut it when it comes to comfort. That's why we opted for a 2-inch 10 ILD memory foam. It definitely delivers that super plush feel. To further enhance pressure relief and provide some support, we added a second layer of 2-inch 20 ILD standard foam. And for the third layer, we incorporated 14 gauge coils with a total of 768 springs in the queen size. Now, I have to admit, it can't compete with those $1,500 mattresses that boast over 900 springs, but we didn't want to break the bank. So we went with a moderate number of springs, nothing too excessive. We adjusted the formula multiple times during the manufacturing process. So let's see how the final version measures up in terms of comfort. We've invested a fortune in a pressure sensor matrix that clearly shows how our pressure is distributed when we lay down on this mattress. The closer the colors are together, the more evenly our pressure is distributed. This means our bodies are in a more relaxed state.
Now let's talk about spinal alignment, which is especially important when you're sleeping on your side.
A good mattress should keep your spine in a nice straight line while you snooze, not contorted into some unexpected shape. Comfort isn't really an issue anymore, so let's check out the motion transfer. After all, nobody wants to feel like their partner's tossing and turning and shaking the whole bed like an earthquake.
Alright, so that just about wraps up this video.
Now, even though we went over a lot today, I must tell you that when it comes to choosing a mattress, it's really important to pay attention to foam density and edge support. But I'll be covering that in the next video, so stay tuned. And in the meantime, if you think this mattress looks good, you might want to give it a shot. We're new to the industry, but hey, we've done our homework, and the price is definitely right. We're all about making the best value products out there. See you next time.